Good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are, everybody. Thank you for joining. My name is John. We're going to get this webinar started off in a little bit. I'm just waiting for a couple of people to join here, but we'll kick this off very shortly and we'll do some introductions. Thank you, everybody, for joining. All right, let's get started. I know everyone's still trickling in. Just some housekeeping things just to start off before I hand it over to our presenters today. For today, everything is going to be recorded. So after the session is done, you will get a recording of the session itself. So don't need to stay for the whole thing. If you can't stay, you will get a recording on this. We will also post this on our YouTube channel. Also, if you have any questions today, we have a set of panelists that will help with answering your questions. There is a Q&A section that you will actually see questions there. Just be sure to post your questions in there. Today, we're going to have a getting started with ShareFile. So this one is more of an introduction. So if you're used to ShareFile, you need a refresher, or you just started ShareFile, this one is perfect for you. We are going to go through some of the basics here, so it might just be something you already know. But again, like I said, we do have expert presenters today that will be handling our presentation. So don't be afraid to ask any questions along the way. We'll see if we have some time at the end to do some live Q&A, but again, the panelists are here to help during the presentation all the way through. So today I am presenting, or I am bringing in Carlos and Maria. Both of them are awesome customer success engineers on our team that are going to be doing our presentation. I'm going to hand it over to Maria to start off. And Maria, go ahead and take it away.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining our webinar today. It's been great to work with ShareFile and to present this webinar for you to get started with ShareFile. Let's go ahead and review what we're going to be presenting today. Well, first, we want to say thank you. Thank you so much for your business. Thank you for joining and taking the time to join this webinar. The agenda for today is going to be how to log in into ShareFile. We're going to also see how to explore the dashboard, navigating folders and the user interface, sending and requesting files, managing folder access and permissions, sending documents, and request signatures, and adding employees and clients, accessing applications, resources, and more. Let's go ahead and demo. For my part, I actually recorded my presentation, since for me it's better and I'm not gonna be jumping around. So I'm gonna go ahead and start with my video. After that, I'm gonna send or pass the presentation to Carlos so he can move along. This is my video. I'm gonna go ahead and put it right here, and let's start.
Okay, let's go ahead and sign in. If you know your subdomain, it's very easy to access ShareFile. All you have to do is access any browser and just type in subdomain.sharefile.com. In my case, my subdomain is Maria Solis, so it will be mariasolis.sharefile.com. And because I am typing in my subdomain right away, it will take me to the sign-in page just for me to type in credentials. That is one way. The second option is going to sharefile.com. And in our main page, you will see this login option in the top right corner. Click on it. You will request subdomain, so Maria Solis. And same process, it will take you to our signing page. Type in my email. And for this example, let's say that I don't remember my password. If that's the case, you will see this forgot password option. Click on it, and this will send you an email with a link so you can go ahead and reset your password. I have my email open so you can see that process. All you have to do is hit.
Looks like we have to restart that video there. Maria, you got it going?
Okay, let's go. If that's the case, you will see this forgot password option, same login option in the top right corner. Click on it. You will request subdomain, so Maria Solis. And same process, it will take you to our signing page. Type in my email. And for this example, let's say that I don't remember my password. If that's the case, you will see this forgot password option. Click on it, and this will send you an email with a link so you can go ahead and reset your password. I have my email open so you can see that process. All you have to do is hit.
Oh, Maria, did it stop again? Sorry, guys, for having a little bit of technical difficulties here. One moment.
Yes, I'm not sure what's happening. I'm really sorry, John. It looks like the the go to meeting it's kind of dropping the presentation. So I'm just gonna do it live. Okay. Um, really sorry about that, everyone. So let's go ahead and move forward. What we were seeing is how to sign into ShareFile. So again, if you know your subdomain, is very easy to do it. All you have to do is go to subdomain.sharefile.com, right? So we're gonna do it that sharefile.com. That's going to bring you to the main page. If you know your password, all you have to do is put it in, uh, well, after you type in your credentials, right? And hit continue. If you don't know your password, you just have to do forgot your password, and you're going to receive an email with all the subdomains that you have been added previously. In this case, I'm just going to go ahead and type in my password. Sorry about it. And that's going to go through. So we're gonna go ahead and talk a bit about the upper part and all the menu. So we have, we're gonna see the dashboard, and we're also gonna kind of talk about the folders and all the information we have. So first, let's talk about the dashboard. The dashboard, it's basically the recent files. You're gonna see three parts. The recent files in the top left corner, the shortcuts, everything that you can do in an easy way is going to show up here. Tutorials, and you can actually even customize your information. So you can go to, for example, edit dashboard on the top right corner, and you're going to see some options for you to kind of move. And let's say, for example, I want to add my favorites, so I can go ahead and add it, hit save, and that's going to show up basically here. Again, we have recent files, everything that you have received recently or that you have upload to anything like any folder is going to show up here. And we have the shortcuts. The shortcuts, it's basically share files, request files for you to create a brand new user, a personal folder, share folders, the favorites, and even for you to request a signature. So we're going to talk right now about the menu that we have in the left part of the screen. First, we're going to see the folders, right? The folders, you have several type of folders. We have the personal folders. That's practically for you to go ahead and upload personal information. If you want to save information for you only, this is the best option for you to put it in. Um, you can also kind of request or send a link for people to be able to access this folder without an issue. And you can also even request a signature. As you can see here, we have several options for you to download or share or request a signature. From there on, we have the share folders. The share folders is basically everything that you have for you to share. You can go ahead and create here, for example, different type of clients, different names. The most important thing to know here is that you cannot upload files directly to this folder. You can only create a folder, and from there you can go ahead and start creating and adding information and adding subfolders. So we're going to create one real quick for this webinar so you can see how the process is. You can go ahead and add any type of details if you want, like test in this case, and you can right away create or add people to this folder. I'm going to add someone so you can see the process. Basically, right now you're going to hit create folder, and it's going to send you to this specific box where you can, if you already have the user added, or for example, you can add also a client and a specific email. You can go ahead and, for example, I'm going to try to add my coworker Michael. He's already here. All I have to do, because I will show you how to add a user later on, but because I already have the user created, all I have to do is click on it and choose the permissions that I'm going to be given to this person. So for example, right now I actually want him to do everything, so I can go ahead and hit the admin option. That's going to upload all of those. If you only give the permission for that person to view, right, this is the option. Just something important that I have to let you know: if you provide the option to download, I'm sorry, to upload, is gonna um, is gonna request the person to sign in, right? So let's go ahead and move forward. From there on, we have the option for that person to be notified if you add them to this folder. So if I, for example, add Michael and I let this check, the system is going to send an email to Michael saying that I added him to my folder, right? And that he will be able to see it. Also, I have the option to apply the same subfolder settings and permissions. For example, yeah, if I create this folder right here, and after that, I create 3 more folders inside this folder, this is basically letting the folder know that he will have all of the permissions within that folder. Okay, even if I have 100 folders, by checking this is going to do the exact same permissions. I'm going to add him right now. And here we go. Now, once you add the folder, right, you're going to see a people tab on top where you can see who's going to be added, who has access to this folder, and you can even kind of change the permissions on this side, right? So let's move forward. We also have the favorites. The favorites is basically for you to mark information that you want. Let's, for example, do this one. Let's look for the webinar that we just created. I can add it as favorite. That's gonna show it here. And also, if you go to the dashboard, it's gonna show up here in the favorites, right? Perfect. Let's continue. We also have the file box. The file box is by default where everything is going to go when you request for a file. Okay. So, for example, I want a file and I want Michael to send me a file. I can go to the to the shortcuts and request a file. By default, the location where that file is going to be saved is the file box. Okay, you can edit that from here. You can basically just go ahead and choose from the personal folder or from the share folder. Where do you want it to be saved? In this case, I'm going to do webinar. I'm going to hit done. And this is going to, you can request a link or send to a specific people. Two important things to mention here. You can go ahead and request a link. That's going to create a link. And you have options here that you can change. Like, for example, if you want this link to be public, right? If you want everyone to be able to access the link and put in information, or if you want, for example, that person to request, or for the system to request a signing. That means that the person will have to have a user created on your part. We will see that in a moment. I just want to mention one more thing on the request files. If you use this option, that is going to be basically that our system is going to send an email with the request, right? If you do it like that, by default, that person will have to sign in. Let's move forward. So we were talking about the file box, right? This is where everything is gonna go if you don't change, or if you by mistake forgot to update that file where it's going to be saved. You can just come here to the file box, and here is going to be saved. This is going to be saved for 180 days, and you can basically just go ahead and once it's here, you can click on it and send it to the right file or folder there you want to go. We also have the recycle bin. The recycle bin is where everything is going to go where when you delete it. For example, I can come here and I can go to this folder specifically, and I can delete this. Delete. Yes. So let's say that I by mistake delete that. I can just go to the recycle bin, and here is gonna show up, right? You can change the information, or mark the information, and even restore all the files that you deleted by mistake. All right, let's move forward. We have projects. I'm not going to touch this a lot because this is kind of not part of the webinar. But if you have a premium plan, and you would like to review a bit more about projects, you can definitely just go to uh, Google and type projects for ShareFile, and you will see more information. We also have webinars that actually talk about this a bit more, so we can show you later on how to look for that information too. Same with the workflows. It's a premium feature. If you would like to talk a bit more, you can contact your CSE or review the information that we have public online. The templates is basically information that you can create and save. In this case, I don't have any specific template saved. I do have some downloaded from the catalog. I will show you in a moment how to do that. We also have signatures. The signatures, my coworker Carlos is actually going to talk about this later on, so I'm going to leave this part to him. Let's talk about the inbox. This is, for me, very important. This is when you create a link, or when you create request a file. This is where it's going to go. So, for example, at the link that I created a moment ago, it's going to be showing up here. You can, for example, let's say that you created a link and you set it up to expire in 180 days, and you want that to expire right away. You can just come to the inbox, look for the sent information that you have. In this case, for example, is this one, and I can or resend the link in case you don't. Let's say that you lost it. You can resend it, or you can expire it from here right away, and that link is not going to be accessible anymore. Okay. Here, it's same information. The inbox is kind of everything that you receive or that you have sent. Now we're going to talk about the people tab. The people tab is very important for ShareFile. Basically, you have two different type of licenses. Okay, so we have the employees and we have the clients. The employees is going to actually require a license. So, for example, let's say that I have a company and I want a coworker of mine to have a license and to be able to request files and to be able to request signatures. All of that is going to require a license. Okay, so in that case, I will need to provide that person a license. In a different let's talk about the clients. When we talk about clients, clients are basically users that will be able to access one of your folders and drop information in, but is not going to be able to modify much. Okay, so the clients is basically if you're working with let's say that you have a company for HR and you're working with, let's say, Microsoft, the client will be Microsoft, and you can go ahead and create a user for that employee to access your folders and drop information in as you want. So we're going to show you how to create both. Right now, let's first talk about or create an employee. I'm gonna add here. Okay. Once you add the information of that person here, you're gonna see um, a drop down here in the bottom that will show you what type of permissions you're providing to that person. As an employee, you will see that, for example, in the employee part, this is going to show up, and in the clients, this information won't show up. This is for you to provide, for example, in this case, let's say that I want Maria to be able to request for signatures and to view all the signatures I have. So you're going to have to mark that. The first general option here is for an admin permission, basically. And you can search in our website also. Let me show you. You can go to Google and just look for permissions for ShareFile. And in this documentation, we're going to see here in the bottom, one by one, what's gonna do each permission. In case you are not completely sure of what something is gonna do, you can go ahead and just look for this information on this site. Let's continue. I'm not gonna provide any much of these permissions right now at this point. I'm just gonna move forward. You also have the storage location. This is going to be close to the locations where you're at. And normally it's already by default. So normally you don't have to kind of touch that information. And all you have to do from there on is hit uh, assign folders or create user. Once you create the employee, right, you're going to see an option for you to assign folders right away in case you want to provide in a specific folder to that person, or you can continue anyway. In this case, this is what I'm going to do. This is basically an email that is going to be sent to that person, and you can edit the information if you want. You can change this information that I have here and just say like welcome. Thank you for joining ShareFile. Again, this is an example. You can change and modify this information as you want. You can also send yourself a copy if you want. You can preview the email also. This is how it's going to look. The person is going to receive this email specifically, and all they have to do is kind of just click here in in activate account, and the system will take them to a site for them to set up a password, and that's the password that they have to use to access your account. I'm just going to hit notify, and that's it. The invitation was sent, and that person will receive that notification saying that I provided that person a license. Let's go ahead and do the client now. I'm gonna remove him so we can re-add him. So again, the clients are just going to be able to drop information or yes, but basically kind of to have access to your folders. So I'm gonna add Michael right now. As mentioned previously, now you don't see the drop down menu that I showed you previously where you could add permissions. It's not going to show up anymore because this is not something that you can do with the clients. So once you're done, all you have to do, set it up and hit create and continue. Same information is going to request if you want to assign a folder right away. Let's actually assign one so you can see the process. Go to show folders and we're going to provide the access to the webinar folder that we just created. This is going to give me information of what type of permissions I want. Do I want him only to view and download information, or also he will be able to upload information? You can change the alerts, add alerts, upload alerts. This is for you to receive, and that person also to receive a message or an email saying that information was uploaded to that folder. Okay, let's go ahead and hit done. Same process, a notification message, and that is it. We also have some other options. You can create, for example, address books. Let's say that in your company you have a specific team, let's say the IT team. You can go ahead and add them and just create a specific address book from this part. And that's in a very easy way. And that way it will kind of be, let's say, more organized for that team. Distributions group, same thing. Here is how you can create it. Let's see, let's say IT, and let's say that I want the notification to go to all of them. And from here, you can add the users. You can create brand new users, or you can just select a user and just add the rest here. We also have the resend welcome email part. This is basically for you to be able to, let's say that you create a an employee user or a client user, and that person did not receive that message or that email. All you have to do is come here and just resend that. Let's say to Michael, send me a copy, notify. Same thing. All right. We also have the settings. We're not going to talk a bunch about this. All you have to know is that in the settings, you're going to have personal settings and admin settings. I'm not going to go to the admin settings, but I do want to touch information on the personal settings. In this part, you're going to have some options that are, for me, very important. If you want to add, for example, a security question, or if you want to add a two-step verification and add your phone number here for our system to send a code when you sign in just for extra security, this is where you can do it. All you have to do is enable it, type in your phone number, and send a message. All you have to do is enter the code, and that is it. Let me see if I got that code. Looks like I don't see it coming through, uh, so I'm just going to move forward. So we have the advanced connections too here. If you want to take a look, the apps, everything that you have, the applications that you have, and the devices that you have. And also, I wanted to talk about these options here on top. So the bell option here is everything that you have recently. Let's say that you request or that you receive a link for you to upload information. this is where it's going to show up. You're going to see a number here showing that you have a notification. So that's how you can tell if you have any type of information that you have to upload or that you have to work on. We also have the help option. If you click on here and go to Visit Center, you're going to see um, our website. Basically, this is where you can create a case in case you have a technical issue or anything like that, and you need to create a request for support or you need to talk to billing. Here is where you can do it. All you have to do is click in that box that was saying um, chat with us and just fill out the information. After this, it's gonna send the chat to a specific person from ShareFile. They will create a case for you and help you with any type of issues you have. Here's how you can basically choose the type of issue you have. Okay, we're gonna go back. After the help, we also have the catalog. This is if you have a premium subscription and you are a admin, you're gonna see here some options for you to download. They are very it's going to save a lot of time for you. There are things that you can download for projects. Again, I'm not going to go through this because this is it goes hand to hand with two features that are for premium, and this is for the getting started webinar. So I'm not going to touch it a lot. But here is where you can download all of those pre-created templates that we have on ShareFile. Okay, and we have the apps. The applications are basically everything that, for example, we have ShareFile for Windows. That's going to create a little box in your file explorer. So you can download ShareFile from Windows from here. This is the updated version. So this is one of the best options for you to download this application. We also have ShareFile for Mac here. Also, as you saw, the Outlook plugin, mobile applications, and third-party integrations in case you want to review a bit more of this. I believe that with that, I am done with my part. I'm going to pass this to Carlos now. Carlos.
Hey Maria, thank you for that nice introduction to the basics of ShareFile. I am Carlos, a customer success engineer here at ShareFile as Maria. I'll be explaining a little bit more regarding right signature, what you can do with it. And I want to touch base on a couple of other things. Let me go ahead and start sharing my screen. In the meantime, I want to thank you all for being here, your time and your business. Hopefully, we can go through this and we can all learn something new today. You should be all seeing my screen right now. Here we are at the ShareFile login page. This is the home page, the dashboard. From here, if you have either a premium, either an industry advantage or a virtual data room plan, you should be able to see the signatures tab right here. If you click on it, this is where you'll be able to see pretty much every single signature request that has been sent out. You can see the status of it. You can search for it through the search bar. You can filter it out so that you can see, so that you'll be able to see the status, and you can filter by status. We also have the admin view. If you ever have questions on what a checkbox do, you can always hover over the question mark and you can see what it does. The admin view will give you access and give you the visibility of pretty much everything that has been sent out from this account. We have this right here. As you can see, I have sent out a couple requests already. You can see that some are expired, some I were avoided, some are still in progress. Let me show you how you can send out a signature request by clicking the create signature request button right here. You have a couple options. You can send it out to an individual, couple of individuals. You can send it in bulk, or you can send it to yourself in case that you ever need to sign something yourself. Um, let's go first with the option statement for signature. What you'll be able to see is first, you'll be able to upload the document that you need to be signed or to be sent out. And then you'll be entering the recipients who will be receiving this document. By clicking on Browse Files, you'll have a couple options. You can either upload or use a document that is already in ShareFile. You can use a document that is in your computer, or you can use a template, something that you have pre-created for easier use if you are sending signature requests on a good basis, let's say daily basis. If you click on from ShareFile, you'll have the ability to choose a document from either the personal folder, your personal folder, share folders, or favorites. By clicking on it, you'll be given the option to browse through the different documents that you may have available. As you can see, if I click on share folders, I can see all of the folders that I have access to. The same for personal folders and favorites. In this specific case, I'll be using a document that um, I created for this specific webinar. I'll be dragging and dropping this document to the platform. As you can see, once it's loaded, you can continue with the recipients part. In here, you can set yourself as the only signer. If I do it, you can see that my information will populate. If I uncheck the box, then I can go ahead and enter somebody else's information. So let's, just for the sake of the argument, I'll use my information. Let's use this email. From here, you'll be entering the name of the recipient and their email address. If that recipient is already a part of your ShareFile account as an employee or as a client, by entering their information, the system will automatically recognize their email and you'll have the ability to simply choose from the drop-down menu that you were able to see just a couple of seconds ago. You can select the role. As of now, the default will be signer, but you can also have it as a viewer. The difference is the actions that the recipient will be able to take on the signature request on the document, whether they have to take an action on it, let's say to fill out boxes or sign the document itself, or simply view it. So as I said, um, here's where you fill it out, and you can add multiple recipients by hitting the Add Another Recipient button. Once you have more than 2 recipients, you can set a signing order. What that means is that until recipient 1 completes their required action on the document and hit submit or send it out as completed, recipient 2 will receive it. If you set a signing order, an order will be set. If you don't, then if you don't send a signing order, then all recipients will be receiving the document at the same time. It's important to know in case that you need to send a signing order, here's where you can do it. By toggling on this button, you can see right here that you can move the order of the recipients. And that's how they'll be receiving it. In this case, I'll only use one recipient and I'll be clicking next step right here. From here, I'll be able to modify or add boxes, fields to the document. As you can see, I only have myself as a signer. Here I am. And I have the options to add signature fields, initial fields, date fields, and all those good fields that you have right there. By dragging and dropping, you can go ahead and let's say add text so that your clients can go ahead and fill it out. You can add as many as you need. You can make them all bigger if necessary or smaller depending on your need. Larger, make it smaller. They so that you can make it so that they go in the blanks. You can also go ahead and let's say that you need them to sign the document. You can add signature fields and also modify them so that they go over the blinks, as you can see that I'm doing it right now. Um, and so on. You have all of these options. You can add attachments, checkbox groups, checkboxes, drop downs, all that good stuff. That's on the left hand side. On the right hand side, you have the ability to make these fields that you added required. That means that the recipient has to enter information on the text field before they're able to submit the document as completed. You also have the ability to clear the background. You have the ability to name the field if necessary. You have the ability to allow multiple lines. You have the ability to add default text. If you want to add the text yourself, you can do it from here. You also have the ability to align the text in the field, whether you want it to be from left to right, you want it to be center, or you want it to be from right to left, or you have the ability to remove the field. You can do all this right here. By clicking next step, once it's finished, you'll have the ability to name the document. In this case, let's see, we'll leave it as it is. You also have the ability to choose where this document will be stored once it's completed. In this case, I have the personal folder, but you can go ahead and choose a share folder or a favorites folder. And you can do that all from here. You can double check who the signer will be. You can add a note if you want them to know anything specific prior filling out the document. You have the ability to have an expiration date on the document so that it's no longer available after the specified expiration date. The default will be 30 days. And you have the good stuff for security options. We have the passcode. This passcode will be generated right here, as you can see. Something to note is that ShareFile will not give this passcode automatically to your customer. If you choose to have the passcode enabled prior accessing this document by your recipient, you have to provide the passcode yourself to the recipient for security reasons. So if you choose the passcode, please always remember to provide your client with the passcode so they can go ahead and access it without any issues. And we also have the knowledge-based authentication. The good old what color or what brand was your car that you had from 2016 to 2019. So personal information, um, that's pretty much those are the questions that your customers will be asked. This is only available for US-based customers, just in case that you have clients offshore. These will only be available for US customers. And we also have the ability to edit the default settings, such as reminders, email attachments, and all good stuff. You can send reminders to your customers on a weekly basis, daily basis. You can also add attachments, and all those good options can be edited from here. Once it's done, you can hit the send signature request. And as you can see, you'll have a pop-up message with confirmation that it was sent out. From here, you can see activity on it. You can see what has been done in this specific document, what action has been taken. And you can always go in and check it yourself. As you can see from the homepage for signatures, you can see that we have the document that we already sent out. We can see its name. We can see the due date. We can see that it's in progress right here. We can see who was assigned the action to, in this case, myself. and you can see that it's still in progress, that no signature has been submitted as of now. So that's good stuff. If you have any question on this or any other topic that we have gone through in this webinar, please remember that you can use the um, Q&A at the top right corner. We have our top customer success engineers answering those questions right there. Maria pretty much um, went through all the topics and explained them really good. So something else that I wanted to show you as well was the this page that where you can always check on the upcoming webinars. You can Google it yourself, ShareFile webinars. You can go to this page, events and webinars, and you'll be able to register for the upcoming ones. We have really good webinars coming. We have tomorrow the What's New in ShareFile webinar. I will highly recommend you checking that out and registering so you can be part of it. We also have ShareFile admin settings coming up on January 9th. On January 14th, we have maximize your reference productivity in this busy season. And once again, on January 21st, getting started with ShareFile. On January 23rd, get the most out of ShareFile features. And then on January 29th, your guide to ShareFile's e-signature features. You can go ahead and register to all of them if you need to. We also have our YouTube channel where you can see all the past webinars. You can see videos, clips that explain pretty much how to do anything within the platform. In here, you can see that we have ShareFile stories, how customers have been successful, and how you can be successful using ShareFile. We have the option to see ShareFile webinars, highlights, how to run reports, templates, libraries, all that good stuff. We have snippets, and we also have the tutorials, which is my favorite one. In this section, you can see straight to the point videos, no longer than 3 minutes, where you can see how to do pretty much everything within the platform. Um, you also have resources such as your customer success engineer, who you can reach out to in case that you need to know how to do something within the platform. Um, Something that Maria already showed, which is really good, is the ability to contact technical support in case that you ever have a technical issue, an error message within the platform. Please visit sharefile.com and hit the chat with us button on the bottom right corner of your screen, and you'll be assisted first by our chatbot, and if necessary, you'll be assisted by a live agent. So that'll be for my part. Um, Let me stop sharing my screen. Um, Something that I wanted to show right here. Any questions, anything that you'd like me to go through live
Yeah,
and demonstrate?
yeah, Carlos. No, this is all good. I think a lot of some of the beginning questions were asking about a little bit of a branding, how to brand certain things. Maybe you could just show quickly just where folks can actually go do some branding on their account if they're new and they're testing things out and they just want to kind of make it their own. Is there a chance you could actually share your screen back and showcase some of the branding sides?
Sure, yeah. Let me go ahead and share my screen once again. Um, Once you log into ShareFile, you'll have the ability to hit the settings tab right here, go to admin settings. By doing so, you'll have the ability to click on company account info and then edit company branding. From here, you can change the account name. As you can see, my ShareFile demo. You have the basic options such as the page title. As you can see, I have this one showing as ShareFile where companies connect. By changing this one, you can see that the tab that I have open on this Chrome window shows specifically what I enter right here. You have the ability to change the logo, header background color, accent color. Those are the basic ones, but you can hit the advanced appearance option, and then you have the ability to change browser options, header options, page options. Pretty much you can change all the looks in ShareFile. Customers like this one a lot. You can customize it so that the page can be seen as yours and belonging to your company. I will highly recommend checking this one out and create engagement through this, so that your clients, whenever they log in and check the client portal, they can see your logo. This is something really good. That will be something that will make ShareFile as belonging to your company. Um, and I will highly recommend you checking it out. Once again, clicking the admin settings, company account info, and then edit company branding. That's a really good one. Thank you, John, for pointing that one out.
Yeah, no, that was actually really good. I think also on the other side of things is there was some questions about folder structures and about making subfolders. Maria, if you're still around, would you be able to maybe share your screen and showcase a bit more of just folder structure, how to make subfolders, and how to apply permissions, just to go over that once more? Yep, you see your screen. Maria, you might be muted.
Yeah, sure,
Oh,
John. Thank you
there
so
we go.
much for that.
No problem.
All right, let me show you. So we're gonna continue with the webinar folder that we were talking a moment ago. So once you open the the folder you created, you can go ahead and from here, just go ahead and create more folders. So for example, I can create another folder here, webinar test. And from here, you can again add people or use a template or just go ahead and hit create. And from here, let me go back. You're going to see the structure of the folder here on top. As you can see, you're going to see share folders first, then webinar. We just created this webinar test. We're going to do another one, webinar test 2. And as you can see here on top, here is where you can basically see all the folders that you have created. You can also see the people that is assigned to this and the specific permissions that you have. You also have more settings here in case you want to edit some other information like the file versioning or the short order retention policy, things like that from here. And that's basically it.
All right, awesome. Well, we're almost at the top of the hour. It looks like everything has been answered. I'm just kind of going through things. I think everyone on the panelist side did a great job just answering everyone's questions. So seems like we're good there. So we're going to go ahead and close it up for the day. Really appreciate everyone's time today. Carlos and Maria, do you have some closing words, if you will, on the webinar?
Just wanted to thank you all for being here. We highly appreciate your business once again. Any questions you have, please reach out to your customer success engineer and we'll be more than happy to help you out. We can schedule a meeting or go through email with you and we make sure that you are successful with ShareFile. And that'll be it for my part. Once again, thank you for being a part of this webinar.
Yes, thank you everyone for joining. Again, apologize for the issue with the video, but thank you so much for your attention and I hope you have a great day.
Yes, thank you again, everybody. See you on the next one. And again, if you want to join additional webinars, simply Google ShareFile events and webinars. The first link that you'll probably see will go to our scheduling page, and you can register for future webinars going forward. Thank you very much, everybody, and hope everyone has a great day.